So, trends can vary widely and can have both positive and negative aspects. Therefore, I wanted to speak about the four toxic things that have become cool lately and kind of the norm, and how impactful it can be on our mental well being and the way that we live our lives. So, maintaining popularity has become something many people strive for these days. Therefore, instead of taking a stand to certain things, they choose to follow along to what is being quote unquote accepted in today's world. And if you think about it, where do the masses gain their opinions from? The media, right? Hollywood, celebrity. If you think about it more deeply, Hollywood is a controlled entity. Whatever a celebrity posts about or stands for or supports is being watched by millions of people who follow them. And whatever these celebrities are told to do are then passed down to the masses, and the people are then being influenced to believe certain things because of their beloved idol. And it's almost like a mind game. However, that is why I feel like it's so important to always question things. It's important to have your own set of values and beliefs so that you aren't weak to the nonsense that you get fed on a daily basis. So the first toxic thing that has become wildly cool and acceptable these days are extreme dieting or fad diets. So trendy diets that promote extreme restrictions or cut out entire food groups can be harmful to physical and mental health. These diets often lack balance and can lead to nutritional deficiencies and unhealthy relationships with food. And the new trend right now is Ozempic. So Ozempic is a medication that's used to help people with a specific type of health condition called type 2 diabetes. However, in Hollywood, it's being used as a quick fix to lose weight fast. So if you think about how many young girls already view themselves, how low self-esteem creates a ripple effect in our lives where we end up weak-minded and we don't have the belief in ourselves to make it out of any challenge, which causes depression, addiction, any short-term type of happiness that we tend to gravitate towards because we just want to get rid of how we feel right now. We're not actually interested in figuring out a way on how to become long-term strong-minded. And you end up spiraling because you aren't mentally strong enough to look at yourself and love what you already see, because we constantly idolize these people who only make us feel worse about ourselves and who create a lot of these toxic trends. So the second toxic trend would be cancel culture. So while the intent behind holding individuals accountable for their actions is important, the trend of canceling people online without giving room for growth or change, it can be toxic. It can create a hostile environment and discourage having that open dialogue and having that understanding. And we are all human. We are all guilty of making mistakes. However, we have to come to a point where it's important to try and understand someone's view and someone's opinion. I feel like these days, you simply cannot have your own view. You can't have your own opinion. And there doesn't need to be hate attached to anything. There is a possibility for respect within, one another. However, simply canceling certain people for making a mistake sounds slightly hypocritical. And how can we really move forward as a society when we don't face the real issues going on in the world and we choose to rather create more separation? The third toxic trend would be excessive social media comparison. So the constant comparison of one's life and achievements compared to this curated version of someone else's life on social media, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and anxiety. It can be so hard at times to not compare ourselves to someone else. However, you do have the power to unfollow, delete, or block. You don't have to subject yourself to things that make you feel shitty about yourself. And it is possible to understand that maybe social media isn't the right thing for you right now, for your own mental well-being. If you are looking to improve your mindset and build your confidence, then identify the toxic habits in your life and start making those small changes every day to actually removing them. It's as simple as that, guys. It has literally become subconsciously a thing right now to scroll for hours mindlessly, not taking note of how what you are viewing on your phone can be so damaging for your own mental well-being. So the last toxic trend that I want to discuss is materialism and overconsumption. So we're in a world right now where everything is accessible, it's easy, it's convenient, and the trend of valuing material possessions and constantly seeking the next new thing can lead to unsustainable consumption habits, debt, and a lack of genuine fulfillment. And honestly, what is life if you're actually not genuinely happy, if you're actually not fulfilled? And being happy doesn't mean until you get your dream home or until you get your dream car or more money. Happiness comes from within and how you choose to embrace the process of life and actually enjoy the journey. Because that's the whole point. It's the journey. It's the struggles you go through. It's the challenges you overcome. It's the mindset you develop. It's the wisdom that you gain. All of these things make life beautiful. And it comes down to making the most of every moment and taking ownership of your own life right now. We are forced to believe that success and happiness looks like a fancy car, designer clothes. And even though those things may make you happy, it's short-lived because you will constantly be searching for more and you will never truly be happy if that is what you're attaching your happiness to. Therefore, be happy right now. You are responsible for your own happiness. No one else is responsible for that. And enjoy the life that you have while working for what you want. And it is important to approach trends critically and consider their potential impact on your mental well-being and the society as a whole. Be brave enough to not follow the crowd, but be aware enough to know what is toxic and what is positive, what will help you move forward and what is holding you back. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this week's episode. I love hanging out with you. If you did like the podcast episode, definitely give it a thumbs up. Also comment, share, like, do all of those amazing things. And I will see you guys next week. I love you and ciao.